What is going on, YouTube? We are 24 hours out from my show. I just wanted to come here and talk a little bit about the mindset, hard moments, what I got out of this prep, stuff that I learned, what's been different this time. If you don't know, we do have nationals. The last show we competed in, we ended up winning, which qualified us for this show. This one is going to be the best in Canada, and it's held this weekend in Toronto. So I am excited, but let me go a little deeper with you guys. I'll take you guys through the mindset, alright? So the first thing I want to talk about is my mindset going into the show. I just like where my head's at. You know, I'm really good at putting myself in a good headspace, and I can't lie, it's hard, but what's not hard is when you have a plan to follow, and shout out having a coach, because all you need to do is follow this plan, and if you followed it accordingly and then adapt your daily habits to it, you just end up going, you know? So for me, every single week, every single day, there's this fire in my stomach that just keeps on building. And it's like, I am so excited just to get out there and show you guys what I've been working on the last, 8 months. So for my mindset, it's nails. I can't wait. I don't even really feel nerves. I just feel amped up, ready to go and get at it. And yeah, you know, just even the last few days, we've eliminated cardio, just started slowing down a little bit, you know, hit my last training session, and you guys will see the video on that too. But it's just calm. It feels like that quote, you know, calm before the storm. You know, right before it rains, it's always like chill, 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 and then boom, thunderstorm. So I'm calm. I'm up early, I'm doing my thing, I'm chilling, I'm just grateful, just giving thanks and just really taking in that whole process. So that's where my mindset's at. I'm calm now, but just know I'm gonna show out. The hardest moment in prep is what I want to answer next. The hardest moment for me is always the bulk. You know, always coming from being a skinny kid, and it's always been hard for me to like put on weight, so we'll always be like pushing food. You know, this year it wasn't too bad, 3,800 calories, 4,000 calories. The year before it was like 5,600 calories 4 times a week, which was brutal. But yeah, the bulk, I just kind of lose completely like who I am. I guess when the jawline goes a little bit, and then you get the fluffy, you know, you just start not caring, right? Like, I'll just let the hair grow out, and you know, that's always been a real struggle with me. I always fall into my bad habits. I fall into the gooning, the playing video games, just consuming content, consuming shows, just I don't know, it's like you're lethargic all the time. You're tired and all the time. That's why when people say I love the bulk, it's like, on the bulk, you're only a beast in the gym. And like, yeah, maybe you fill out some shirts, but every other aspect of life, it's really hard to be an absolute dog. And that is why I love prep. And that goes into my next question, is just like, what was the best part about this prep? And the best part is just really finding myself again. When you go through a bodybuilding journey, you, again, like you're just doing, if you're doing it right, you do everything that needs to be done and more. You know, it's like you're achieving this like peak version of yourself. You know, like you're like, all the habits that you have, like if you're actually doing them and like applying them, how could you not be better? You know? Like, if you're reading your 10 pages a day, if you're meditating every day, if you're praying every day, if you're journaling every day, if you're going to the gym every day, if you're doing cardio every day, if you're eating all the right meals, if you're I don't know what else is there, you know. I'm like I do my Spanish, like you're making sure everything's clean, you have a wind down routine, you're in bed on time, you know, you make sacrifices, but that is what makes you grow. And this isn't even just about bodybuilding, but it's life itself. It's like if you actually do all these things, your life will be good. You know, you end up avoiding so many different situations. Like, maybe I'm not going to go out and drink with the boys tonight. You know, maybe I'm not going to go get fucked up this weekend and do drugs and go to a rave. Maybe I'm going to get to bed early instead of doing that. Maybe I'm not going to stay up late. Maybe I'm not going to cheat on my diet. It just goes like that. If you were going on about life and you just applied certain things like that you learn in prep, you're so much better off. I'm telling you. That is why, like, I always tell someone, like, do hard events. Do something hard. Do a bodybuilding prep just to know what it feels like to have to lock in on something. And what you get out of it is phenomenal. It's amazing who you'll find. It's like if you're right here, and then maybe like the person on the bulk is like, you know, you making all the bad decisions here. On prep, this is you. You make all the right decisions. And it's awesome to see. So if you're thinking about it, maybe this is your little influence to go and get at it. All right? So yeah, I just learned a lot about myself on this journey, and something I really want to keep going forward. It's just, it can be hard after prep. You know, like, it's all for like this 10 minutes, 15 minutes of stage time. Like this whole like 8-month prep, the bulk, the cut, the depletion, all the training, just to show your physique for literally 10 minutes. But it's the after effects too, because after that point, you have the choice to go back to who you were or keep fucking going. And that is what I struggled with last year. I binge ate. I stopped training as hard. I stopped following the diet. You know, I neglected my habits because I'm like, I'm free. And then next thing you know, I'm up 25 pounds in 2-3 weeks. You know, and I'm just, my mindset slowly started to fade, and then I was back to where I was. And then we started the bulk, and then boom. Downhill, downhill, downhill. So, but yeah, that's just a heads up for you. And a heads up for me. I cannot wait to have a pizza. I think pizza's got to be my #1 food. And an ice cream. Those are like the two things that like I really want. Maybe a Cinnabon again, but I really got to watch it to not overstep, because last year we went to an all-inclusive and like me and Caitlin gained like 10-20 pounds like so fast after the show. So I just need to be aware. I need to be smart with my eating, because man, the second that you have like some of these sweet things like a cookie or something post show, it's just like these dopamine rush, and it's like you just can't stop. Like now you have like nothing holding you back, and you can actually eat until you're full. So this is for me. Just be aware, be smart, just like take a step back, be present as much as you can before you just go and muck. Because next thing you know, man, you're gonna lose your physique again, and that is something that we do not want. We do not want that. I swear to God. All right? So that, I just need to say that. I just need to say that. You guys be careful too. It's really, really risky stuff. It's so easy to binge right after the show. So that is one thing. That is a good tip to just be aware of. Like if you ever do something like this, like just watch falling back into those old habits, because now you're completely free to do whatever you want. Like life is yours again. And it's like, it's so easy just to dive into the deep end. And next thing you know, you're like, you look at pictures and you're like, who the fuck is that guy? You know? It's a little bit of imposter syndrome sometimes, you know? But yeah, just be aware of that. Please be aware of that. So a little bit of that learn about myself is that, what did I learn about myself? You know, it's a good question. I learned that in order to be the man that I want to be, I need to make the proper sacrifices in my life, you know, that requires me missing out on some things or many things, just so I can achieve what I want to achieve. You know, this might be my last show for a while. I have some other things in my life that I want to focus on, you know, maybe thinking about changing jobs, traveling, maybe starting my own thing. And that's the one thing about bodybuilding prep, is it's very all-consuming, which can be good, but it also can be bad. You know, there's been points where my relationship's taken a hit, you know, with my girlfriend, with my friends, family. You know, I don't see people very often. I don't go out, always packing meals. It's hard to go out on occasions during the summer because everyone's always eating, and it's like you're trying to avoid that like temptation all the time. I haven't drank, I haven't partied. It's do I miss it? Sometimes. But sometimes no. Because who's waking up in the morning absolutely dialed and looking absolutely sick? This guy. But you know, it's, for me, it's just learning that balance in life. But that goes on to something that I want to talk about, is balance in your life. If you are chasing a goal, everyone always says, you know, find balance, find this, you know, you can do this, you can do that. But the second you start giving energy to everything, this is what your line looks like. You know, it's like an investment. You know, say you're giving $50 here. Okay, you're giving $50 to your girlfriend, $50 to your family, $50 to your friends, $50 to the gym, $50 to this. It's slow, it's consistent, you're balanced. But when you really want something, when you really want to go all in, sometimes you need to take the money from the pool and put it elsewhere. So, for example, the bodybuilding, I'll put that $50, maybe whatever, we have $250 total, and I'm putting that $200 to me. And this is what made me learn that being unbalanced is actually a superpower. You're gonna have to say no to things. You're gonna have to say yes to some things. You are always gonna need to prioritize if you want that goal. So if you're worried about balance, I used to be huge on this. Find balance, da da da. But if you want to win and if you want success, you actually need to find being unbalanced. And then slowly you learn where you can give your money to, right? So that is something that I really learned through this prep, is that being unbalanced is not a bad thing. It's actually essential if you want to win, if you want to grow, if you want to succeed. Hope that one hit for you guys. What was different for me in this prep? It was tough. It was tough at certain points. You know, being a big boy, and you know, I gotta share an absolute win though. We did get absolutely strong as hell. You know, I hit like a 475 deadlift for the first time. I hit like a 475 squat, I think it was, or yeah, 475 squat, like a 265 bench. So that was a win. But this prep was different because I knew it was coming. I knew last year was all new, what to expect, the fire coming in, but this one I was like, all right, the fire's gonna come. And I just knew if I was gonna do all these things, that the fire will light in me and then I'd be ready. Last thing I want to talk about is probably just a note to my future self. Maybe my kids one day. Maybe some friends listening. I've loved this process. There is a love for it in my heart because it's truly made me see the potential that I have. Yes, it's hard, but anything hard in life requires you to sacrifice a little bit. If it's not hard, it's not worth it. You know? Like, when you achieve something from it being hard in a process, you feel so much more fulfilled. When you do it, you succeed or even win. So, to my future self is just, just keep doing you, man. Keep doing you. Keep challenging yourself in different ways. And apply these things that you learn in prep to your life. Just because prep is over doesn't mean that you have to get rid of all these things. You can still keep it. And I know you struggled with it from last year. But you have all the fundamentals. It's just doing it consistently. If I could say something, I would say treat life like prep with a little bit of leniency. Do all the things you do in prep. Follow a diet. Follow your routine. Go into bed at the same time. Train often. But then I would add in, maybe connect more. Connect with your friends. Go on dates. That's something I neglect. So just learning to balance. I know I said unbalance is good, but you need to be unbalanced to find success in certain times. But there's times where you need to take a step back for other people, like maybe your girlfriend or friends. I'm not saying for like a week, like I'm just saying like maybe a night, Find stuff that works for you, that makes sense for you, and learn to be present in that and not thinking about just that one thing. Because the sky is truly the limit. And if you can apply these things to other things like studying, learning, trying new things, exploring, there is no limit what you can become. So to me, keep living, but use this fire that you have in you and go with it. Keep going with it. Keep trying different things. You'll be more than okay. I know I got a little bit off script there, but there's the mindset going into the show. Some hard moments, some easier moments, some things I've learned, what's a little different this time, and then some notes to my future self. I really hope that this could help you, or if I'm looking back on this in a couple months and maybe I fell off, I'm definitely not. I can look back on this and see, or maybe my kids one day is gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, Dad, wow, you got a good head on your shoulders, But there's nothing I can say but other than I'm just grateful for this whole process. I'm grateful for my coach, Nick Twum. I'm grateful for Adonis for being by my side, basically my assistant coach. I'm grateful for Matt for being on this journey along with me. I'm grateful for my girlfriend who's just been so patient. She's so patient with me and just like understands what's going on, and it's tough on us sometimes, So I need to pay my dues back to them, to my parents for always being supportive, and they've always been by my side, and I know they're proud of me. And then like my brother and my sister, which I talk to here and there, but I don't see lately. I just want to, and all my boys, there's so many of them that I haven't seen. I just want to kick back, get a nice dinner, and just socialize with them a little bit more. And shout out, we didn't have a name, but the boys at the men's retreat, went to this retreat and met a group of guys, and it ended up doing some like real deep work. But shout out to them for helping me step even more into who I am. This fire that is lit in me is partially due to them too, along with all those other people that I named. So I'm grateful for this. This process has been hard at times, required discipline, a lot of consistency. But when I really look back on it, there's nothing but gratitude. I hope you guys can find something that you somewhat enjoy to do, something hard, and actually stick to it so you can understand how I feel. The confidence, the fire, the energy, the drive, the want to wake up early and just go, and just being ready. It's truly a great feeling. And I just hope that one day that you guys can decide something to do that just takes you to the next level. If I would have to say that the fire in me is so lit that my confidence is so through the roof, like I just cannot wait to do my routine and just like show the audience and show all my friends what I've been working on. Like while I'm filming this right now, when I look at myself in the mirror and like I'm not even peaked right now, I'm not even like at my best. After another carb day, a carb morning, a pump, and like the proper supplements and all that, I just don't know how I would lose. Unless these guys have been on roids. Nah, I'm making excuses. Now I'm gonna fucking take them out too. I swear to God. But this energy that I feel, the fire, it's like, you're gonna win. Sometimes I drive and I listen to music and I like tear up. It's like how much I want this. I hope that one day that you could want something so much that it makes you tear up when you think about it. It's a weird feeling. But it's like the energy is with you. It's like the fire is like, come on, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I can't wait to go out there and show out. I'm gonna show you guys a good time. I'm really gonna show you guys, and I'm gonna be doing a documentary on, a little video. There'll be a little video of prep and then during the show. And hope you guys I can post this before, and then you guys can kind of like relate it back and just see the whole process that goes between it. But yeah, I'm excited for that. Last thing. Thank you, God. Thank you, God, for this mindset that you've given me, for the skills, for this fire that you've lit within, for the connections that I've been able to make, for giving me a great mentor and brothers that support my journey, and women around me too. I am nothing without you, and I thank you for being a part of me and my life and supporting me on this journey. I really think that God has a place in me and all of us. And if you really need something in your life and you ask, He will help. That is what God does. He helps you. Even if you're a sinner, He doesn't care. If you are a good person with the right intentions, He just serves. And the stronger you are to Him, the more you call out to Him, the less you sin, the more He gives you. That is one more thing I want to share with you guys. Find God, and you will find yourself. When you find yourself, you'll find the life that you were looking for. That's it for me, guys. I think that is going to be a long enough video, but I'm glad I did this. Part of me did not want to, but I have time because I've prepared. And if you don't prepare, you prepare to fail. Thank you guys for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, whatever you guys want to do. I don't really care. This is for all of you, for me, for my future, and something to look back on. So grateful there for this, and thanks for watching. Peace.